I am Jonathan Shallow, member of the group Reflective Practitioners in Action. There is an ever-present need for professionals to advance and create change in their lives, in their communities, and in the world. Change really does begin with the man in the mirror. Various models of reflection have been embraced by professionals as frameworks to develop a better understanding of experiences and to make necessary changes for improvement. Professor Graham Gibbs, in his book Learning by Doing, designed a model of reflective practice that begins with the description of an event, where specific and relevant detail is used to give a concise description of the experience. Personal feelings, thoughts and actions associated with the experience are then described. During the evaluation stage, one would evaluate what worked and didn't work. Analysis would then examine the positive and or negative judgments about the experience. One would then make a conclusion of what was learned from the experience and then develop an applicable action plan. Recursively, a reflective practitioner would return to describing the experience after the action had been implemented. My colleagues shall now capture the rationale for selecting Gibbs's model as a reflective tool, the implications for learners, and its effectiveness and relevance for practice.
Simple, prescribed framework that enables reflective practitioners to challenge their perspectives, discover new ways of doing or thinking about things, and link theory and practice to make positive change. This reflective cycle is straightforward, well-structured, and gives sufficient latitude and freedom to be applied in various situations. Students such as myself will usually use this as a framework when reflective writing is required. Additionally, this process allows a reflective practitioner to challenge assumptions they have made about a particular phenomenon and discover a plethora of approaches and ways of doing and thinking about experiences and practices. Furthermore, a reflective professional who uses this model is able to recognize strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities, and are able to develop pertinent actions to address observations made. Moreover, Gibbs's model facilitates the link from theory to practice in a meaningful and practical way so that users of the model can explore theories and put them into practice to enhance experiences and become the self-actualized practitioners they wish to be.
Reflective practice have the following implication on the learner. The learner have a more balanced and precise judgment. The learner knows oneself, strengths and limitation. The learner will be able to utilize critical thinking and analytical skills. The learner view various perspectives on given experience, situation or action. The learner realizes that there is no endpoint to learning about their everyday practice. The learner will be able to utilize critical thinking and analytical skills.
Gibbs encompasses everything. For example, evaluation, an important step, takes place throughout, and then it leads to self-examination. How often we don't check ourselves, but when you use Gibbs theory, it calls you to look at yourself. How do I see it?
It allows us an objective look at our practice in order to improve. It helps us to recognize what we do well so that we can apply these skills in other situations. It improves personal judgment. It helps us to learn from success and mistakes to enhance the development. It helps us to plan for future situations and therefore respond more positively to change. It enables us to apply the skill of flexion to the personal development cycle. It increases confidence and helps us to become a more proactive and qualified professional. Lastly, it helps us to improve the quality of care we give and to close the gap between theory and practice.